Hello. So I am Abhishek Shukla, and on behalf of Conquest Consulting Partners, I would like to take you through this request for proposal response that we have prepared in response to Al Ameen Group's floated questions, which were broadly about speculating the benefits of establishing a shared services for their existing lines of businesses and service providers and clients, and then also recommending a strategy to create these shared services platform and how to streamline their business operations for HR, finance, and technology. So something about Conquest first, before we actually get into the details. So we are a management consultancy and advisory firm. We have been in operation for the last 15 years, and since our inception, we have served a number of clients across business, across geographies, and in all kinds of business stages or life cycles of their business. So our vision is to serve our clients by developing a trust-based relationship and then creating a long-term stakeholder value for them. The plan for the presentation is I'll be taking you through the project approach and timelines, the execution process that we feel is correct, then the proposed engagement model, and then something about the team mix, and finally some case studies as a credentials of our work. So we have devised a three-staged execution process, namely internalizing, solutioning, and delivery phases. All these phases are linear and will be demarcated by review meetings, by KPIs that measure the work done in every phase, and will have a buy-in from all the stakeholders on the roadmap and on the progress so far. So phase one, which is internalizing, is mainly about deploying team with relevant expertise and then actually defining the problem well. Phase two is more about analysis, synthesis, and then certain recommendations. And then final phase, which is delivery, is about execution, tracking of measurables, and then some course correction if required. During all these three phases, the team which will be working with Al Ameen Group LLC will also leverage the advantage of having of the advantage of the greater Conquest team and the certain unique differentiators which have helped us serve our client better. So few of them are our global delivery platform, our access to different geographies, different business centers, and then the learnings thereafter. Then the cross-functional expertise of our employee base, the diverse experience and skill profile of our analysts who will be working, and then access to industry experts. So talking about the project details and the timelines, so these three phases or the complete project will take around 13 weeks to get completed. They will be interspersed with review meetings and deliverables. So phase one, which is internalizing, will have the following activities covered. The team essentially will meet the key stakeholders to understand their viewpoint about the problem and then their starting positions, if any. They will then try to define the problem based on these inputs. They will then try to identify what exactly is the need for these for creation of a shared services and for streamlining the strategy of the businesses if required, and then identify what gaps are there in the present system, and then what constraints and what is the impact that we envisage by undertaking this activity. The key deliverables of this phase would be meeting notes from the stakeholders, concrete problem definition, and then analysis of the material impact, if any, from the shared services creation. Second phase will be solutioning. In solutioning, we'll be doing the synthesis of all the analysis results of phase one, and we'll try to generate certain strategic options which can be pursued. We'll also brainstorm and map the stakeholder inputs on our analysis, and then we'll try to leverage the Conquest experts for their viewpoint on the problem to arrive at certain recommendations. So finally, the findings and the progress so far would be shared with the board meeting, and then their feedback would also be taken. So this phase is mainly about synthesis and generating recommendations. The first phase and the second phase together will take about 8 weeks. The last phase would commence about the 8th week, which is delivery, and then it is mainly about taking buy-ins from the relevant stakeholder on the recommendations which were proposed by the end of second phase, and then managing the end client expectations on the recommendations, sharing the pros and cons about each suggested approach, and also sensitizing them about the change in metrics or the return on investment of the whole process. Finally, we also agree during this phase we'll also agree to what milestones or measurables should we look up to based on the recommended roadmap. So the whole project would take around 13 weeks, and by the end of 13th week the team will be able to finally submit a report on the recommended strategy, and how to go about the shared services creation, and before that even is there a need to go about for the shared services creation or not. Our engagement model, fairly simple. So the team which will be working closely with client would be led by a partner which typically has more than 20 years of industry experience. The manager, which is a team lead, would be having around 12 years of industry experience, and he'll be supported by two consultants who will have 5 to 10 years of industry exposure and are generally high on analytic quotient, and are graduates from premier institutes. The escalation matrix, or the communication escalation matrix rather, would be as per the details below. The regional sales head would be responsible for contract pricing and invoicing related matters, while the partner will take care of the delivery experience, quality, and measurables related communications. The manager, on a day-to-day basis, will take care of the quality and the SLA executions. So the pricing works out to be complete 13 weeks of 3 analyst or 3 people support to Ameen group, and hence a fully loaded cost of around US dollar 1.5 millions excluding taxes. Finally, we have some case studies to show you. So Conquest so far has delivered more than 5 million hours of project engagement, and more than about 60 success stories, out of which a few noteworthy are the growth roadmap that we devised for FMCG major when he wanted to enter in Asia Pacific. The other one was about a market entry strategy that we prepared for a capital goods manufacturer who wanted to diversify into heavy logistics in international freight corridors. Then there is also this great project that we delivered, which was a business turnaround advisory to a construction major. So thanks a lot for hearing us, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.